When you have a table of values, there's two types of equations we can write from the table. We can write explicit equations, and we can also write recursive equations or functions. So we start with a table. Show 1 through 5, and then the outputs are 10, 13, 16, 19, and 22. So clearly this is a linear function. Each time it's just adding 3. So we know it's linear. So first we want to start with our explicit. That's our basic y equals mx plus b formula that uses these values as the x values, these values as the y. So we know that our outputs are going to equal 3 times the input plus 7. So this is showing how we can multiply, add, subtract, divide things by the input to get the output for that value. So that's what explicit functions are. But recursive functions are dealing with the outputs. We're seeing how we can alter the output from one input to get the output of the next one. So we start with f of n, and n is the input. So if n equals 3, we're trying to see, so f of 3 would be 16. So we're saying 16 equals what? And we want to do it not in terms of any of the x values, but in terms of the y values, the outputs. So in this case, if we take the y value of the term before it, so if we start with f of 3, that would equal f of 3 minus 1, which is f of 2. So that's 13. So we have 16 equals 13, and then if we plus 3, add 3 to it, we have 13 plus 3, which equals 16. So this is a recursive function, which is altering the output instead of the inputs. And with recursive functions, we have to define the starting point, however. So we would have to say that f of 1, so we started at, equals 10. And we're done.